Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The city of Rockford gets closer to a record number of murders after an overnight shooting. Police provide the details of the deadly crime. Another state-line county joins the list of communities reaching warning level for COVID-19. State health officials react as Illinois' death toll climbs. Democrats worry for the millions of Americans forced to go to work in the midst of a pandemic. Republicans argue a financial pandemic is also looming. Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi Murphy is off tonight. One man is dead after a late-night shooting in Rockford. Happened around 10:45 last night on Chateau Lane near Rockton Avenue in Halstead. Police and Rockford Fire were called to the scene. When officers entered the house, they found the 33-year-old man dead just inside the doorway. The investigation is ongoing. This marks the 27th homicide in Rockford this year. That's nearly 10 more than 2019. This year's numbers inching closer to the city's record of 31 homicides in 1996. A Rockford teenager is behind bars after police say he robbed several gas stations at gunpoint. Early Thursday morning, officers were called to 29th Street regarding a 17-year-old boy. Investigators say the teen is responsible for the Phillips 66 and Circle K gas station robberies earlier this week. When officers arrived, the juvenile ran. Police caught up with and arrested him. He faces multiple charges, including armed robbery and possession of a stolen firearm. A Rockford man's charged with sexually assaulting a child. 33-year-old Patrick Matlock has been charged with predatory criminal sexual assault of a juvenile under the age of 13. According to Rockford police, Matlock knew the victim. He was arrested Thursday near Kilburn Avenue. Matlock is currently lodged in the Winnebago County Jail. Coronavirus numbers hold steady across our area. Region 1's 7-day rolling positivity rates 11.7%. That's compared to 11.9 yesterday. Boone County continues to have the highest rate in the region at just over 14%. Winnebago County not far behind at 13. Lee, Ogle, and Stevenson are all near 10%. DeKalb County has the lowest rate in the region right now at 9.2. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the state's infection rate is up 17% from over a week ago. The governor pleaded with Illinoisans to follow CDC guidelines to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. State's top health official, Dr. Ngozi Ezike, experienced an emotional moment at today's press conference. The IDPH director broke down in tears when announcing new COVID cases.
Today, we are reporting 3,874 new cases for a total of 364,33 confirmed cases since the start of this pandemic. Excuse me, please.
That solemn tone continues after 51 counties in Illinois have reached COVID warning level. Health officials say that's an increase of 17 counties in just a week. Locally, that includes 8 counties across the state line, and for the first time, Ogle is on the list. A county is considered at the warning level when it meets multiple metrics, including weekly positivity rate and ICU availability. Healthcare providers at a Rockford hospital will continue to safely help patients in need thanks to a donation. Frontline workers at OSF St. Anthony Medical Center received 750 face shields this afternoon. The donation comes from the Rotary Club of Rockford. The foundation's chair says making the shields is the least they can do for those working closest to the virus.
This is one small thing that we feel like we could do. We can't be on the front lines doing the work that they all do, and honestly, they are heroes, every single one of them.
OSF administrators say donations like this batch of face shields have allowed the hospital to stay ahead of personal protective equipment shortages. Democratic lawmakers say this year's election is a matter of life and death for millions of working-class Americans. One Midwest senator says the president's remarks about the virus during last night's debate imply the crisis isn't taken seriously. But President Trump says that couldn't be further from the truth. Raquel Martin's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
Donald Trump has simply said to American workers, sorry, you're on your own.
Ohio Democrat Sherrod Brown and union leaders are slamming President Trump following Thursday night's debate.
We're opening up our country. We've learned and studied and understand the disease. It will go away.
Instead of offering solutions, they say President Trump has downplayed the seriousness of the pandemic.
8 million people fallen into poverty during this time. Half of my union on furlough. with no health care.
For the ones who are still working, the essential workers, the grocery store worker, the bus driver, they go home every night worried they've been exposed to the virus.
Already, more than 220,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. And in many parts of the country, infections are still surging.
It just didn't have to be this bad.
Brown says instead of helping, the president and Republicans have stalled vital resources for months. But Hogan Gidley with the Trump campaign says President Trump is doing his part.
We're trying to get trillions of dollars into the economy.
He says Biden and Democrats want to keep the country closed.
That would irrevocably damage our economy.
President Trump and White House aides say Democrats are blocking COVID relief to score political points.
Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve anything because she'd love to have some victories on a date called November 3rd.
She's making it harder by not budging.
For now, the White House and Speaker Pelosi insist they're continuing to negotiate and are inching closer to a COVID relief deal. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Loves Park city officials want the public's input on improving North 2nd Street. The city's applying for a grant that would partially fund a beautification project along the road from River Lane to Windsor. The project would involve removing parking lanes to make room for a pedestrian and cyclist path along the west side of the corridor. City officials say the project would improve traffic safety. Find more information on the streetscape using the My State Line mobile app. Halloween is nearly a week away, and Fright Night festivities kick off in Rockford tonight. Mississippi Park is lit up with decorations as the second annual Festival of Frights is now on display. Cars can line up through the park to look at the half-mile stretch of Halloween-themed decor. This is a video from last year. Just like the Festival of Lights, the Halloween version's accepting donations. Money goes to costumes for kids in need. Lights will turn on at 6 p.m., lasting until 8 every night until Halloween. Local election officials expect thousands of people to vote absentee for this upcoming election. Mailing in your ballot is safe, but there are times when it has to be returned. Ari Bruckman shares the main mistake you need to watch out for to make sure your vote is counted.
So this is the ballot envelope.
With early voting for November election already underway, some people are making mistakes that will cause their ballot to be rejected.
So we want to remind people, just make sure that you're reading the instructions. It'll give you step-by-step process so that you are able to accurately turn in your ballot.
Mistakes are common and fixable.
The most common thing that we are finding in reviewing the ballots is that people are forgetting the signature at the bottom of the ballot envelope.
Your ballot signature needs to match the one they have on file on your voter registration card.
If there is a problem with their mail-in ballot, such as a signature that is missing, we will be sending out letters in a way that they can respond to get that ballot counted.
Both Winnebago and Boone County have websites to track your ballot.
And you can go in, put your information in, you'll be able to see when we've received the ballot, and then finally once that panel has reviewed it, we'll be able to show them when it's been accepted or rejected so they have an idea of what's going on.
You can still request a mail-in ballot, but time is running out.
Be patient with the vote-in mail process because again, we have to bring them in, make sure that it is their ballot, and to record it, on the website and get it all updated. So we just ask a lot of people this year especially, be patient with the voting process.
Reporting for your home team, I'm Ari Bruckman.
If you plan on mailing in your early ballot, make sure it is postmarked by Election Day. If you mail it late on Tuesday or Wednesday, it won't be counted.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, officially, our high temperature for today will go down as 70 degrees, but that was achieved just a little after midnight. But once that cold front came in, temperatures actually quickly dropped through early this morning, falling back into the 40s, and that's where we've stayed for much of this afternoon. So quite a difference even from what it was this time yesterday evening, as we had some of that cloud cover and the fog, and temperatures yesterday for some warmed back into the 70s. That wind coming in from the northwest sustained at about 10 to 20 miles per hour at times today, gusting close to 30. 41 our temperature in Freeport, 44 here in Rockford, 42 in Rochelle, 43 in Dixon, and 41 right now in Monroe. But when you factor in that wind chills this afternoon have stayed in the 30s. 30s. Now our wind will lighten up a little as we go through the rest of this evening, but it'll be a cold one tonight. Temperatures will fall back down around 30 degrees. Might have noticed too, with a lot of the rain and the wind we've had, a lot of those leaves falling off of the trees, blowing around. Mark Myers here from Rydot sharing his beautiful fall picture. Gorgeous color, Mark. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Marilyn sharing her fall picture too. Just an absolutely perfect day. Reminds us of some of those nicer days we've had. C. King at WTVO.com is where you can share those pictures. That cold front responsible for some pretty heavy rainfall and some thunder very early this morning. Now moving off to the east. Had a couple of stronger thunderstorms out towards Indiana. Now all of that moving into Ohio. We do have an area of high pressure building in up over the high plains, but there's still a decent amount of cloud cover even extending back off to our northwest. Now with that drier air associated with that high, we'll actually start to see some of that cloud cover break up, and we're starting to see a little bit of that here this evening. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera. We're looking to the east now over downtown Rockford. A mostly cloudy sky, but every once in a while you get a little glimpse of some sun trying to peek through. So that'll kind of be the trend here. I don't think we're going to completely clear out during the overnight like Futurecast is suggesting. We'll keep our skies partly cloudy, but we should see an increase in sunshine as we go through at least the late morning and afternoon tomorrow. It is going to be dry, but it'll be chilly tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures will stay in the mid and upper 40s, so just be prepared for that. Will be dry. We don't have to worry about any rain or any snow for Saturday and most of Sunday too, but the cloud cover does move back in on Sunday as another area of high pressure builds in, and it's quite possible that we could get a couple of lighter rain showers mixing in and even a couple of snow showers falling up to the northwest, but that'll be something we'll be watching for Sunday night and then going into Monday. As this high pressure system builds in, it continues to pull down that cool air mass. That cool air mass will stay with us into early next week. That cold air runs into this kind of stationary boundary or this temperature boundary. And as we pull a little bit of moisture up along that, that's where we could see some unsettled weather. So exactly where that sets up will determine just how much rain or even if we see any snow mix in. Right now doesn't look like it'll be too much for us, but you might get a couple of rain showers, and then as the temperatures on Sunday night get close to freezing, we might see a few snowflakes. We'll carry that over into Monday, but notice, Eric, those temperatures for highs even in the 40s, overnight lows in the 20s. Does look like we should warm up, be a little more seasonable. Temperatures right around 55 degrees for Halloween.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
More World Series action is coming our way tonight. Game 3 will be played between the Dodgers and the Rays. The Dodgers have their ace Walker Buehler ready to go. The Rays starting pitcher will be veteran Charlie Morton. The Dodgers will be trying to rebound after losing Game 2 Wednesday night. Buehler has had some struggles in the past in the playoffs. His manager, Davey Roberts, thinks he'll shake those off.
I think that he's very introspective. He's very intelligent. He's very competitive. And I know those are his words as far as failures, but I just think that these are experiences. But he's just very good about understanding, with what happened and how he can get better out of those situations, those experiences that he's had in the past.
Well, the Packers will be far from at full strength Sunday in Texas. The latest injury setback involves Aaron Jones. He told the media today his calf tightened up on him yesterday. He didn't practice today, and he's questionable for Sunday.
Came in this morning and we took a look at it. And, I feel like I'm confident I can play, but I know our trainers and doctors have the players' best interest in mind. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I can get out on the field.
David Bakhtiari and Kevin King are listed as doubtful for Sunday's game against the Texans. Tyler Lancaster is out, Darnell Savage is doubtful, and Robert Tonyan is questionable. The next NBA season could start right before Christmas. The owners are looking at December 22nd as a possible starting date. They're discussing a 72-game regular season. The hope is for teams to play games at their own stadiums and not in a bubble, but they will look for ways to reduce travel. One possibility is having teams play mini-series of games against each other in the span of a few days. For instance, the Celtics might come to Chicago once and play back-to-back games against the Bulls rather than traveling to Chicago twice during the season for single games. David Greenberg and I have another episode of our high school sports show Overtime ready to go tonight. We'll catch up with Byron's football team to see how it has adjusted to COVID changes and protocols. And we'll look back at Guilford's state championship football team from 1982. We'll likely be on a little bit later tonight than normal at 11 o'clock on Fox 39 due to the World Series game. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our first Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Rainfall moving out. Our skies will stay mostly cloudy here as we go through the remainder of this evening. We'll see some of that cloud cover break up a little bit for the overnight tonight. Temperatures down around 30, 48 for tomorrow afternoon. Same thing on Sunday too. Our temperatures will stay in the 40s for next week and climbing back to the 50s by the end of the week.
A little bit of sunshine will help. Thanks, Candace. Stay safe.